Tomorrow, Minnesota voters will take the first step in finding a replacement for their current governor and presidential hopeful, Tim Pawlenty, who morphed from a seemingly moderate Republican into one who is for changing the 14th Amendment, for extending the Bush tax cuts without paying for them, and he is now against a mosque near Ground Zero because it's his business. So who could replace Mr. Charisma himself? Well, there are the major Democratic contenders, former Senator Mark Dayton, former State Representative Matt Entenza, who between them have spent more than $7 million of their own money on the race, and the official party-endorsed candidate Margaret Anderson Kelleher, who has raised significantly less this year. There are the independent candidates like Tom Horner and Rob Hahn, the latter producing this astounding campaign ad.
I'm Rob Hahn. Tuesday's election is about leadership and honesty. I've been upfront about the fact that my now ex-wife got a restraining order against me last year.
And finally, there's Republican Minnesota State Representative and gubernatorial candidate Tom Emmer, the presumptive nominee on the Republican side. A man so polarizing that there is a nationwide boycott currently against retail giants Target and Best Buy for donating to a business PAC that is supporting Mr. Emmer. Mr. Emmer's political dance card is filled up with pretty standard run-of-the-mill anti-gay conservative policy positions. He'd like, for example, to amend the Constitution to keep gay people from marrying. That's sort of Republican orthodoxy at this point. Nothing to write home or talk on TV about. The fuel being added to the boycott fire with Target and Best Buy is not what Mr. Emmer has said as a state representative or in his campaign to be governor. It's actually more about his extracurricular activities. Back in 2008, Mr. Emmer's campaign donated money to the You Can Run But You Cannot Hide ministry, which was founded by this handsome fellow. Turns out that's the real tape. We didn't mess that up. This really is the ministry's official band. It's called Junkyard Prophets, and according to the band's website, they were voted second best unsigned band in America. By whom? The founder and the magnificent drummer in the ankle socks there is Bradley Dean. That's Bradley with 2 E's for those of you Googling at home. Mr. Dean doesn't only use The Skins for his evangelical message, he uses his radio show as well.
Muslims are calling for the execution of homosexuals in America. They themselves are upholding the laws that are even in the Bible, the Judeo-Christian God, but they seem to be more moral than even the American Christians do, because these people are livid about enforcing their laws. They know homosexuality is an abomination. If America won't enforce the laws, God will raise up a foreign enemy to do just that. That's what you're seeing today in America.
Mr. Bradley with 2 E's later clarified that he didn't really mean to sanction murder of gay people. He said, quote, we have never and will never call for the execution of homosexuals, which is nice. But of course, he does still consider the gay to be an abomination, and he has some other stuff that he said about the homosexuals, which maybe is a little problematic, given that he has been given money by a candidate for Republican governor.
Here's the bottom line. They play the victim when, in fact, they're the predator. On average, they molest 117 people. On average, they molest 117 people before they're found out. How many kids have been destroyed? How many adults today have been destroyed because of crimes against nature? How many people have been violated because of that?
117 precisely, he counted. Now, it's no surprise that a conservative anti-gay candidate for office and a conservative anti-gay ministry have ties. Conservative anti-gay politics are nothing new. What's new, however, is that the politicians are giving money to the bands. Homophobic bands, but bands nonetheless. So why would a candidate for office, any office, make such a donation? Isn't it meant to be the other way around? Don't bands raise money for candidates, not vice versa? Mr. Emmer's explanation is, quote, these are nice people. Good night.